Maraming salamat at nagkasama-sama tayo para sa session na ito. Sa session na ito ay papaliwanag ko ang kahulugan ng arts, and then some other basic concepts related to art, at yung functions ng art, divisions ng art, and if there would be some more time, ipapaliwanag ko rin at i-discuss ang tinatawag nating assumption sa art. Again, yung supplementary reading ninyo, which is in the instructional material, that's about philosophy and how philosophy is being used in the interpretation or construction of meaning as regards art. Okay. All right. Let us start with the definition of art. Sisimula tayo sa definition ng art. When we speak of art, this comes from the word ars, which means skills. Ibig sabihin, may kinalaman ito sa skills, sa talent. So when we speak of skills, ito'y kinukultivate over time. Meaning to say, the definition of art has this preconception that art is something which is cultivated over time. It is not something which is inborn. It is not something which is a priori, o yung tinatawag na a priori, yung nag-exist prior to your own existence. So that's not art at all. At least dun sa beginning ng definition ng art, or at least yung introductory definition ng art. Okay. It comes from the word ars, which means skills. Okay. Art is something which delights the senses. So it delights the senses. So if we are to combine this doon sa ars in its etymological definition, art is the cultivation of skills in order to delight the senses. Okay, dinidelight niya yung senses. For instance, if you are doing a painting, if you are doing sculpture, if you are doing architecture, this art genre belongs to what we call visual arts, because this genre delight the senses or the visual sense. Kaya ang tawag sa kanila visual arts. And if you are doing music, it also delights a certain kind of sense na meron tayo, and this kind of sense is the aural sense. Kaya ang tawag sa music is aural art. Ganun din kung sa iba't ibang mga senses mo, gaya halimbawa ng culinary art. Yan, siyempre, it delights the sense of taste. Kung paggawa ng pabango, this is also a certain genre in art. Ang tawag dyan is olfactory art because it delights the olfactory sense. So ang pinag-aaralan niya is yung, ang focus niya is yung to delight the olfactory sense. So that is what we call art, at least in the most general level, and at least not in the philosophical sense. Okay? Kasi pagka philosophical sense na yan, medyo nahihirapan na tayo, not only the students, including me. Okay? So that is what we call art. Okay. Art is different from nature because art is just an imitation of nature. Okay, when we say art as an imitation of nature, art is just a copy. Okay, the real thing is nature. So in fact, nature is the most powerful source or the most potent source of art. So kasi kinokopya ng kinokopya lamang ng art kung ano ang nasa nature. Okay? So ang pinaka-powerful na source ng artwork ay laging nature. Okay? Do you have any question, class, as to the definition of art?
Wala naman po, sir.
Maingay lang yung baby ko.
Alam po.
Okay lang. Hindi naman nakakairita, di ba? Maganda ang music yan kapag iyak ng bata. Music yan. Okay?
Pampagising po, sir.
Oo, at least nagigising tayo. At least nagigising ka, di ba? All right. So that is what we call art. So the copy is art and the real thing is nature. Okay. All right. Question. What are the different sources of art? Okay. May mga artworks. Ano ang pinanggagaling or art subjects? Ano yung pinanggagalingan ng mga artworks? Kaya particularly ano yung mga pinanggagalingan ng mga art subjects. Okay? Siguro mas maganda mag-share ako ng aking screen para mas madali sa inyo yung intindihin yung aking sinasabi. Wala kasi akong PowerPoint. Hindi ako nakapag-prepare ng PowerPoint dahil okay. I'll just share with you my screen, yung word screen ko para makita ninyo yung aking dinidiscuss. Dali lang. Wait lang ha. Kung pumapasok pa isa-isa, si Valerie yan, papasok. Okay. Ang bagal magbukas ng Word ko. Yan. Yan, siguro magbubukas na ito. Okay, I'll share you my screen para makita nyo kung ano yung dinidiscuss ko. Okay, nakikita nyo na yung screen ko? Okay, siguro lalakyan ko lang. Nakikita nyo na, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Baka
Sir, yes, sir.
O, yan.
Yes, po, sir.
Okay. Okay. Art comes from the word ars, which means this is the, i-recap ko lang ha, etymological definition of art. Okay. It comes from the word ars, which means skills. Okay. Meaning, at least this is the cultivation of skills. Okay. Art. Re-recap ko lang para dun sa mga kapapasok lang. Art delights the senses. Okay. Meaning, art is the cultivation of skills that delight the senses. Ibig sabihin, if you are just doing something without intention na dinidelight mo yung senses, it's not art. Okay? Art is not the same as nature. That is because art is just a copy and the real thing is nature. Okay? But nature is the most potent or powerful source of what we call art subjects. Question. What are the other sources of art? According to a book which was written by Dudley and Parisi, there are several sources of art. Number one, of course, nature. Okay, Judeo-Christian tradition, Greco-Roman tradition, okay, history, Oriental sacred text, and of course, yung tinatawag nating art subject from other art subject. Okay, these are the most powerful sources of art subjects. Okay, question. Uh, when we say art subjects, what do we mean by that? Okay, anong ibig sabihin ng art subject? Okay, art subject is that which makes the artwork what it is. Okay, yan yung art subject. Meaning, this refers to the essence of the art work. Yan yung artwork. For instance, if you are doing landscape, ang art subject niyan is the environment. Nature ang art subject niyan. Okay. If you can notice, all the sources of art subjects, lahat ng sources ng art subject, lahat yan, kung titignan mo, galing lahat yan sa nature. Kasi nga, the intention of art talaga is to imitate or copy nature. Well, yung Judeo-Christian tradition, nakita natin yan. If you encounter artworks na mayroong crucifixion, if you encounter artworks, especially during the Renaissance and humanistic period, meron tayong makitang mga images ni Virgin Mary, ni Christ, yung ginawa nila Leonardo da Vinci na Last Supper. This all came from Judeo-Christian tradition. Okay? And then the Greco-Roman tradition, nakita natin yan, yung mga sina David, yung sculpture ni David, yung of course yung Greco-Roman tradition na mga literary mythological characters that we encounter in artworks. These are all from Greco-Roman tradition. History, of course, halimbawa, Napoleon Bonaparte, wait lang, Napoleon Bonaparte is a figure in history, okay? French Revolution is a period in history, and this revolution is always featured in different artworks. Okay. Yan. Ibig sabihin, these are examples of artworks which are taken from history. Na kinakopya nila ang history. Oriental sacred text, nandyan yung Upanishads ng India, nandyan yung Buddhism, nandyan yung Confucianism, and of course, kasama din dyan yung mga art traditions or yung mga traditions na galing sa eastern part of the world. Like Japan, even Pilipinas, nandyan sa Oriental sacred text. Kasi kung meron tayong sacred text sa Pilipinas, yung Quran, pwede rin dyan, nilalagay nila dyan. Ano bang sacred text natin? Yung mga Kalanchaw, the Code of Kalanchaw, maybe a text, but not necessarily sacred, pero coming from the Orient, particularly sa atin. Art subject coming from other art subject. Ang ibig sabihin yan, halimbawa, the sculpture of David is a sculpture. And then you are a painter, ang gagawin mo dahil painter ka, instead na gagawin mo siyang sculpture para kopyahin mo siya, ginawa mo siyang painting. So halimbawa naman, mayroong literary tradition, art subject pa rin siya, ng ibang art, literature kasi ang ginawa. Halimbawa, Helen of Troy. Ang ginawa mo kay Helen of Troy, ginawa mo siyang painting. So ang nangyari, galing siya sa isang art subject, papuntang ibang art. Art tradition coming from one art genre to another genre. So that's what we call art subject from other art subject. So but basically, the most powerful source of art subject is nature, okay? Talagang ito yung napakamahalaga. Okay? All right. So subject is that which makes the artwork what it is. Ito yung pinaka-essence ng artwork. If you are doing portrait, nature pa rin ang pinanggalingan yan. Portrait art yan, di ba? Portrait art Okay? Individual ang naging basis mo, nature yan. Okay? Kung gumawa ka ng seascape, siyempre, dagat yan. So, nature yan. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, what makes the artwork what it is? So, yan yung tinatawag nilang subject. Okay. Next,